Hi everybody, it's Kevin at Bear Creek. August 16th, 2020. Pulled the honey supers off last week and got a start on feeding the bees out at the farm. Just last night I got a start on feeding the bees out here in my yard, and I'm going to finish up today. I've always in the past gotten a late start feeding my bees, and honestly you should feed on them right after you pull the honey. Literally you have taken all their food off. And but this was a good year, and they did store some. You know, there is a rim of honey around the edges, so it's not like they're starving for a while, but it's good to get them some feed on. Today is the first day that I noticed bees literally trying anything to find a nectar source. They were out and about this morning in the strangest places, just searching for any stretch of honey. I put some honey in some herb syrup in buckets, and they're already on the buckets. They're finding it, and well, that tells me that they're starting to really run out of nectar sources, natural ones. So good time to feed, get them up to weight, get them you know, building up their winter nests, storing that honey away for a long winter. So important to get that done now into the beginning of September. You know, I notice that when I start feeding in September, they don't take it down near as fast or well, and you want to give them time to store it and cure it, obviously. Very important. So getting a jump on that now is very important. So this is a hive that I threw a mated queen in, and I combined a frame with a mated queen into a split, and just going to take a quick look just to see how it's doing. I think I did this, I don't know, last week sometime. I'm just going to take a quick look, see how it's doing, and I'm also going to give it a little bit of feed. I don't have any smoke with me this morning, so hopefully they're not overly cranky. Just want to see how cranky they are this morning. Yeah, I probably should wear my veil. They are just a little cranky even with the smoke. Okay. Now you notice I move all my frames over from the feeder so that I can move the feeder over now, and that gives me room to work my frames. Just a little tip if you use a frame feeder. Okay, cap brood on the side, and I see larvae extending out with eggs on the outside. Good. You know, it's rimmed with honey, so good. I'm only gonna pop this one open, and that's gonna be it for me. I notice I don't have a Apivar strip in here, so I'm gonna get them one of those as well. There are larvae in all these cells, very small larvae. Very small larvae. Eggs in all these cells. Good. So she's attempting to start her winter nest. Good. So we're going to leave them alone. Okay. Got about 1.5 gallons. This is only a 1-gallon feeder in here, so we'll fill it up. And leave them to it. Okay. I buy these strips. You know, they're 50 at a time. I buy them, and probably not best for you to handle them by hand, but I do. Just don't touch your face afterwards before you wash your hands. But I buy these at 50 at a crack, and even though it says use right away, they've done studies on these, and if you keep them sealed, they will last a good long time for you, actually. Okay. A year or better, I would imagine. Randy Oliver just did a study on using these, and he used old ones that were not even stored in a plastic container, and he found that they still worked to reduce mites almost as well as brand new ones, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. So that hive is good and done. Some of you might have noticed that I don't carry my tool pouch around anymore, and I'm carrying my my hive tool in my hand or in my back pocket, and that's not because the tool pouch doesn't work. It's because I lost my belt, and that's kind of funny, but some reason I misplaced my belt somewhere, and I have no idea where, and I've looked for it for about 3 weeks and I can't find it. So kind of doing best I can. Well, this one doesn't have a frame feeder in it, so I'm going to have to give it a bucket feeder. I got no choice behind the matter. Lots of hornets out, man. Yellow jackets, man. They are at all the buckets trying to get to the syrup. Whatever leaks to the side, they've been they're very opportunistic. And there's already frickin' 3 of them on there. And there's one in my syrup there, and he's gonna die because I hate them frickin' things. She's gonna die. There we go. Good. Okay, yeah, this one, lots of bees around this outside here, including wasps. Sure about because it had a supersedure cell in it and a laying queen. I got rid of the queen. Well, I moved the queen over into another hive, and I let the supersedure go, and so that means that the queen's got to go out, get mated, and start laying, and that supersedure cell wasn't even capped yet, so I'm not exactly sure where they sit right now. nothing in these. Full of nectar, that's for sure. Holy smoke. Well, they got the bottom cleared out, like they're waiting for something to hopefully start laying here. Lots of drones in here. I give this one a 30% chance of success, actually. This is really late in the year to be raising a queen. Kind of looking for that supersedure cell. I don't know where it's at. Maybe they've torn it down already. If she hatched out. This is all full of pollen. Well, hope and pray, hope and pray. It's all I can do. Pretty calm colony. Maybe they have a virgin running around in there. Pretty calm. Okay, let's check it out. Look at these freaking wasps, man. They're everywhere. Now, I filled this partially up last night, but you can see the bees. Look at that wasp already trying to get in there, man. freaking wasps, man. I hate them damn things. Look at them come pouring out of there. There was a lot of them down there. That's good. If any of you have never seen a frame feeder before, or wonder if they're effective, especially with this little Reflectix inner cover going on, but you get very little drowning with the plastic inserts in there. This was my breeder queen hive she's a New River honeybee queen virgin. I had mated in my yard last June, and she's still laying up a storm strong. And let's see if she makes it another year. So she lasted this long, hasn't swarmed and hasn't superseded, so you know, going strong, doing well. Let's see how the bees are taking this down in this nucleus colony here. Pretty good. You know, it's funny because Ian Stepler up in Canada says that they'll take down a bucket of his in a day. And that's not the case here. I've never seen them take a bucket down in a day, even on a full hive. It usually takes them 3 or 4 days, if not a week, to take down that much. My hives are not anywhere near as powerful as his are up there. Of course, mine are not sitting on a zillion acres of canola either. So I think that has a lot to do with how prolific his bees have become. And you see the German videos where they sit on the rapeseed fields. I mean, that's just, you know, you can't ask for anything better but pollen and nectar for bees to proliferate. Here they gotta actually do work and scavenge and whatnot. We have very little dearth, but our flow is very, very short. Our strong flow is very, very short, and our pollen flow is slow and steady, kind of all year long. We do have little bits here and there where we have a dearth of pollen. I have seen them bringing in pollen lately. Not sure where they're getting it from, probably goldenrod, where they can find it, but not a ton, just some. Yep, there's some right there. I just seen them bringing it in, actually. This was my cell starter colony, and I put one of my grafted cells, left one of my grafted cells in there. She emerged, got mated, and is a very, very, very excellent layer. And she is actually daughter of that queen over there, and that breeder queen there. So, you know, continuing on the lines, getting bees mated in my own yard, trying to get local queens, adapted local bees. That's kind of where I'm going with this. Want to be successful in overwintering, and then I can start selling nucleus colonies locally to other beekeepers in the area. So that's my feeding regimen. What I do, and just just so you know, I have a 5-gallon bucket that I mix it in. I buy 10-pound bags at Walmart, and it comes out to about 37 cents, 37 and a half cents a pound. And I put 2.5 bags in a 5-gallon bucket of sugar, and then I put 2 1-gallon pails of water in there as well. So it's not quite 2 to 1, but it's not 1 to 1 either. So it's a lot thicker than 1 to 1, but less thick than 2 to 1. So that's what I do. Seems to work just fine. They have plenty of time to cure. It's only August. They still have September and October yet, but I'll be done feeding hopefully by the end of August here, and I'll kind of let them, you know, I'll be preparing for winter and putting on the insulative covers on top so we can eliminate the condensation. Last year didn't wrap the hives. This year I will not wrap either. You know, last year I had better success not wrapping them than I ever had with wrapping them. My biggest issue was not the winter, it was the spring. I lost a lot of hives this spring in March. It had nothing to do with wrapping the hives. For whatever reason, I had cells full of water, and it just had too much condensation in the hive. I'm not sure where they got it from, but really, really strange. So we're going to be looking at that for next year. Till next time, happy beekeeping. Take care. Remember, all beekeeping is local.